President Biden addresses the nation tonight amid mounting tensions in the Middle East. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the president addresses the nation tonight as tensions increase in Israel and Ukraine and asks Congress for help. Plus, questions about the use of a potential sales tax for the city of Girard. Plus,
Halloween spirits with some pumpkin carving, some of them carving for the very first time. I'm Anthony Saviello with the story.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
President Biden addressed the American people from the Oval Office tonight, the day after his wartime visit to Israel. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Reporter Tina Kraus is in Tel Aviv with the latest.
When President Biden visited Tel Aviv on Wednesday and pledged his support for Israel, Israelis told me they felt a sense of hope that having America on its side would help get them through this painful war. President Biden delivered a rare primetime Oval Office address focusing on the wars in Israel and Ukraine.
The assault on Israel echoes nearly 20 months of war, tragedy, and brutality inflicted on the people of Ukraine. Making sure Israel and Ukraine succeed is vital for America's national security.
As the president prepares to ask Congress for billions of dollars in military assistance for both countries, he stressed the need to keep money flowing to the U.S. allies. The president's plea comes the day after his 7-hour visit to Israel.
In Israel, I saw people who are strong, determined, resilient, and also angry, in shock and in deep, deep pain.
In Tel Aviv Thursday, sirens wailed, warning again of incoming rockets from Gaza. The fate of more than 200 hostages forced into Gaza during Hamas's October 7th attack remains uncertain. 30 children are among those kidnapped.
As I told the families of Americans being held captive by Hamas, we're pursuing every avenue to bring their loved ones home.
Inside Gaza, water, food, fuel, and medicine are running dangerously low, with the coastal enclave cut off from deliveries.
I'm calling for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire for nearly 2 weeks.
On Egypt's side of the border, trucks carrying aid to civilians could start to move soon after the U.S. helped broker a deal to allow 20 trucks to cross into Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rallied forces ahead of an expected ground invasion, telling troops, "We're going to win with full force. Are you ready?" "Yes," they shouted back. The State Department has issued a worldwide alert for American citizens traveling overseas, asking them to exercise extreme caution because of heightened tensions and possible violence against Americans. In Tel Aviv, I'm Tina Kraus.
The State Department also says it's watching carefully to make sure aid arriving in Gaza gets to civilians and not to Hamas. Well, the beautiful weather continues. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hiddy.
Yeah, it turned out to be another great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic as we went into lower 70s for a high. 72 is where we topped out. Average high is 70, so a little bit above where it should be. 93 is the record high set back in 2005. Temperatures pretty good. Carthage 57, 55. In Neosho, Miami 53. Pittsburgh are sitting at 54. Nowata 57. Independence at 57 degrees. But clear skies across the region. That's what we're going to see as we go through the night. We'll drop back right around 50, back to 61. Sunny skies during the morning hours. Great temperatures continue. The weekend looks pretty good. We are going to see a lot of clouds, but storm systems next week. So we're going to break all of this down for you, all coming up here in just a little bit.
See you soon. Authorities in Allen County, Kansas arrest 2 people accused of assaulting a Jasper, Missouri police officer. Now, you might recall the assault happened Monday night at Pete's gas station in Jasper. A witness captured some of the event on the cell phone video. Authorities say a man and woman punched an officer who was performing a routine patch search. Then, as the 2 were driving away, they ran over the officer's foot. Authorities have tracked down the suspects, Brandon David and Raven Gomez, to a property near Moran, Kansas. They arrested the 2 suspects without incident. Cherokee County Sheriff's Office is warning residents about an ongoing scam that's been increasing in the area. The scam consists of a text message from an unknown number indicating that the U.S. Postal Service requires a response regarding the delivery of a package. Now, according to the sheriff, the texts are sent by thieves trying to obtain personal information.
The longer they let it go, the more money that they could potentially lose. And so have that conversation with your elderly family members and parents so that they know that should they become victimized by this, they can come to you and we can work together to get things taken care of.
Knew I didn't have anything coming through the post office. I had it coming through other delivery services like FedEx and UPS. So I knew it was a scam.
The United States Postal Inspection Service recommends that if you never signed up for a USPS tracking request for a specific package, you should not click on the link. Officials say when in doubt of the legitimacy of a message, call your local post office. Missouri's Attorney General is warning residents about scams involving tickets to college football games. The AG has some tips when buying tickets. Know your vendor, make sure they're trustworthy. Use a credit card when buying so you have greater protections against fraud. And if you get physical tickets, not e-tickets, but actual physical tickets, we'll inspect them to make sure they are legit. The city of Girard tonight hosted a public meeting to discuss a proposed half-cent public safety sales tax. It was a chance for residents to ask questions about the tax and for those questions to be answered by the fire and police departments. The tax would fund renovations to the facilities, buy new equipment, and hire more staff. There'll be another meeting next Thursday, 7 p.m. at the Girard Civic Center. The proposal goes to a public vote on November 7th. The International Student Association at Pitt State got students into the fall spirit this evening. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has that story.
For students at Pitt State, the fall season is in full swing, and what better way to embrace it than with pumpkin carving? International students from PSU hosted the event, exposing their peers to an experience that most of them have never done before.
It's harder than I thought, but it's fun. And then the Stormtrooper, it's gonna be sick.
The event wasn't exclusive to international students. All PSU students were invited. But even those who grew up carving pumpkins had to get back into the groove. When's the last time you guys carved pumpkins?
Like 4 years.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
More than that.
Long time.
Oh, yeah.
However, the atmosphere this tradition creates isn't lost on any of these students.
I think it's important to build a community, like whether you're from the same place or not. I think it's important to bring people together and to meet new people from different places and just have fun together.
I feel really happy because everyone's like, I can see everyone's design and everyone has their ideas and like, they got a lot of good designs there. It's definitely better than mine, but
for your first time, it's pretty impressive. So for students who've never carved a pumpkin before, or even the ones that have, the experience is as unique as the pumpkins they're carving and the people who are carving them. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Students also got to roast hot dogs and marshmallows and participate in yard games. How fun would that be? Coming up, the town of Cato, Kansas is taking some school kids back in time, right back to the 1800s. Plus, Third Thursday transforms Joplin's Main Street into a harvest festival. Some local 4th and 5th graders today took a trip back in time. The annual Cato Kids Day took these kids to Cato, Kansas, and back to the 1800s. They got to experience a one-room schoolhouse, pioneer kids games, covered wagons, blacksmithing, 1800s weaponry, cowboys, Native Americans, and the Gettysburg Address.
I love that the students get to take away learning about our history in a fun way and learning about the things that men and women and children before us had to experience and got to experience.
A separate event, Cato Days, will be held for the general public on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Main Street in Joplin gets a fall makeover for the final Third Thursday of 2023. Now, every Third Thursday, the community gathers together to shop from local artisans, enjoy food trucks, live music, and entertainment. But tonight's theme was Harvest Festival. It featured fall-themed activities and costumes. In Missouri, an 8-acre corn maze inspired by Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid is becoming the talk of the fall season. Alan Shope visited the family farm with the maze that's getting national attention from fans.
He said, hey, why don't we just do Andy?
A little family farm inspiration and a very distinctive Coach Andy Reid feature.
Mostly the mustache?
Yep, it's a look Coach has down and one Chief fans really like.
They're like, oh, that's so cool.
Johnson Farms near 177th and Holmes even getting national attention when the Andy Reid corn maze was shown on the Thursday night game broadcast last week.
My phone was blowing up then.
I bet, but this was almost a completely different looking maze.
My daughter wanted to do Taylor and Travis in a heart, but I was afraid of that.
I know, right? What a bummer if it had broken up or something. So it's Andy getting the call to the corn.
Hard.
Jean says it's not that complicated of a maze. She says it's only 8 acres and there's exits on each side to get out if you get lost. Plus, she adds, there's a poster of Andy Reid out front and the maze, so you can kind of work your way through it.
Medium to easy. It's not super duper hard.
But it is extremely cool.
Andy Reid with the mustache, how can you go wrong?
Well, as long as you don't take a left when you should have taken a right.
That would be the wrong play. The Andy Reid corn maze will be open until Halloween. A little bit later, the War Dogs do battle on the gridiron. John has details coming up in sports.
Plus, our temperatures staying great, but we do have some changes down the road. We're going to look at that coming up next.
For your remodel or new home. And its matching love seat is half off. Shop now, spend less, and get more. Only at Ashley.
Well, it definitely turned out to be another nice day for us today. Temperature is fantastic. We went into the lower 70s for highs, had plenty of sunshine across the region. Still, we have clear skies out there right now. This is a nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, temperatures right now, most of us across the board are sitting into the mid-50s, which is pretty good. We can go outside, 7th and range line, sitting at 57, southerly winds at about 5 to 10. Visibility is good at 10 miles. Through the night, eventually, clear skies, we drop back to 50, back to 61 by 10 a.m., and we could use a little bit of rain. It's been a little bit of a gap over a week that we haven't had rain. So none today, 1.77 inches for the month, and look at that deficit, over 11 inches for the year of 2023. We're not going to catch up, but it'd be nice to kind of close the gap. Not getting anything out there right now. Clear skies. System we had yesterday that gave us the clouds and some sprinkles rotating off toward the east. If you look out toward the west, you can see this big ridge of high pressure. That's going to give us really nice weather as we go through the next few days. But let's go ahead and jump past that. Let's go to Sunday morning. Into early next week, watch some moisture start to increase. So this is late Monday. We're going to watch that area of low pressure head toward us. So by Tuesday, a chunk of energy comes out, showers, thunderstorms. As we go into Wednesday, the system moves right on top of us, showers and thunderstorms. By Thursday, it passes by, but look at this. Here comes another system. And right behind it, produces more rain across the region for Friday. This rotates out, and then here comes another system that dives down toward the west. So our action really picks up as we get into next week, which is good. We need it. So potential rainfall. We at least have chances over the next week to get 1, 2, 3, even 4 inches of rain, which would be nice to see. Now, until we get there, we get great weather. For us tonight, we drop back right around 50, pretty much clear skies. Let's go into Friday noon hour, upper 60s to near 70. And then in the afternoon, look at this, 77 Nevada, Neosho 75, 79 in Welch, Iola up to about 80 degrees. Southerly winds tomorrow night. We drop back mid-50s. We do get a weak front on Saturday, but still temperatures are great as we go into the upper 70s for highs. So let's jump into tomorrow night. For State, Friday night, high school football looks fantastic. 68 by kickoff of games, 60 by the time we head into the fourth quarter. So another week of great high school football weather. 76 for us tomorrow, 77 on Saturday, 76 on Sunday. We are going to have a lot of clouds as we go through the weekend early next week. But then those rain chances increase Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then again next Sunday, which by that point in time, yeah, we're going to need the rain.
Yes, we will. Tomorrow afternoon, by the way, 5 and 6, we're going to be live in Carthage.
Yeah, the weather's going to be great.
The weather will be perfect.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice for
a lot
Saturday
of activities
as well.
out there.
You bet. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Pitt State football speaks on its upcoming road game in Northwest Missouri and highlights from tonight's district championship between Diamond and Miller volleyball. John Dales has those stories and a lot more up next.
Can be complicated. Let the McGavran Agency.
Furniture are here in Joplin. Buy now.
Number 2 Pitt State football heads on the road for a rivalry game the second week in a row. The Gorillas go to Maryville to face Northwest Missouri on Saturday. And for a defense coming off a 3-turnover performance in Joplin, it relishes the opportunity to head into hostile territory.
Yeah, I played there 2 years ago, and it was sellout crowd. I know this weekend's their homecoming and their Hall of Fame weekend, and so there'll be a ton of people there. And yeah, like you said, being a defensive guy and kind of, you know, there's nothing better than taking the energy out of a stadium when an offense can't get rolling. And so that's our job as a defense, you know, force 3 and outs, force turnovers, and like I said earlier, get Chad and our offense more possessions.
I'd be lying if I said that, you know, there wasn't something different about it, just how our guys kind of go about their work and maybe the attention to detail. And, you know, that first Sunday meeting when you throw up some of the stats and some of the information about Northwest, you know, you can tell everybody's paying attention for sure.
The Gorillas haven't lost a conference game since November 2021. They haven't lost a conference road game since October of that season. That was a 1-point loss to Northwest, and the last time PSU made the trip to Maryville. Our sports reporter Brock Baldridge will have the coverage during that game, and we'll bring you the highlights later that night. Diamond Volleyball is the top seed in the Class 2 District 11 tournament. They beat Sarcoxy last night. Tonight, the Lady Wildcats play host team Miller for the district championship. Diamond is the 1 seed on the road, taking on the home team. That's the number 2 seed, Miller Cardinals. Early in the first set, Miller up 3-2, but Caitlin Surrey is there for the rejection at the net. Later in the set, Janelyn Kralichek places this perfectly over the net and onto the floor. Diamond with a little bit of momentum into the later in the first. Aubrey Ball spikes this one hard for the kill. Diamond continues to take the momentum, going right back to Ball. Same result. Spikes it off the hands of the defender. It's 25-20. Diamond taking that first set. Into the second set, Lauren Turner hits that one off the net slightly, but still gets enough to hit the floor. Diamond wins the second set as well. Early in the third now, up 2-0. Turner again keeps it between the lines for the kill. That Wildcat student section starting to feel it. We go ahead to match point in the third set. Miller knocks it into the net, and that'll do it. The Diamond Wildcats get the road win over Miller, 3-0, and claim the district championship.
To win, it's just like so exciting. I mean, to beat Miller, of all people, you know, they're kind of one of our biggest rivals in volleyball, so it's just like, especially district championship, you know, they've crushed us before, so coming in it and just knowing we want to win, everyone's in it, everyone's on the boat, you know, we're here to win, so it was pretty exciting.
High school football week 9 quickly approaching. Before tomorrow's Friday night lights, Miami plays on Thursday night for the second week in a row. War Dogs at home against Oolagaw. Important game for playoff seeding between a couple district foes. First quarter, War Dogs already up 7-0. Hunter Nichols powers into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. We'd hear more from him. Oolagaw would answer, though, part of 14 unanswered points. This scramble by QB Brady Hoisington gets into the end zone. That ties the game at 14. War Dogs dip into the bag of tricks in their response. How about this? The flea flicker back to Sam Lillard. He goes deep down the field. Logan Sumakong is there for the catch. That drive would end in another Miami touchdown. Then 22-21 War Dogs. Nichols showed you the power earlier. Here's the speed this time, racing down the sidelines and right into your living room. That would end in another touchdown. That drive, 29-21. Miami led at half. War Dogs go on to win their third in a row. Final score 36-27.
An exciting game.
Yeah, exciting game for sure. Miami, a lot of offense in that game. They've turned things around, 3 wins in a row for them.
And it's exciting to see the flea flicker at that
Yeah,
level.
always love that.
We'll be right back.
Got questions about Medicare plans?
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Connect to Culture today hosted more than 700 Joplin second graders for free exclusive showings of Tomas Rivera's musical Tomas and the Library Lady at the Cornell Complex. It's based on Rivera's life. The bilingual musical tells the story of how reading and education can change a person's life. The event is part of C2C's Ignite series, which is an effort to ignite students' passion for arts and culture in everyday life. Just in the 2022-23 performance season alone, they've hosted more than 1,500 Joplin students for 9 events ranging from performances to workshops to master classes. In that beautiful Cornell Center.
Absolutely.
The weather looking beautiful, Doug.
Yeah, it looks great. Tonight we'll drop back to about 50, 76 tomorrow, 77 on Saturday. We are going to have more clouds over the weekend, but the weekend's going to be great. Now, also, we need rain, and we have showers and thunderstorms increasing as we get into next week.
In the meantime, nice weather to get outside and enjoy Maple Leaf Festival and see those leaves changing colors.
High school football.
He's a pro.
High school football. Nice transition.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, our game of the week is Seneca 8-0 playing 7-1 Nevada. We're already at the last week of the regular season.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.
On KOAM